Now that we have our template set up, we're ready to start doing our tracing. So in order to do our tracing, first of all, we want to make sure we're on the layer that we want to use for our tracing. And remember, we can also come up here under View and go into Outline mode if we want to. Or we can set up our colors so that we have nothing in our fill and we just have black, a small black stroke in our stroke. So that way, if we have our fill turned on, it's going to cause a lot of problems when we go around these curves because the fill will cover up the part that we're trying to trace. So either way is a good method. Some people like the heaviness of having the stroke actually turned on. Other people like the precision of putting it into actual outline mode while they're tracing. And if you want to put just the layer that you're using to trace in outline mode, you can use Control and click on the eye of the layer. And notice when I do that, it turns the middle part of the eye on and off. So right now we're in preview mode for this layer only, and now we're in outline mode for this layer only. So that's how you can make individual layers different from preview or outline. Okay, so because we made our stroke visible, I'm going to go ahead and use it that way. And now I'm going to switch to my pen tool to do this tracing. Now, one of the things that you want to do is think about where you want to start. So I want to pick something that looks kind of like a corner, and I need to remember where I started because I need to come back there and close it. And then you want to choose a direction. So some people feel a lot more comfortable going clockwise, and other people feel more comfortable going counterclockwise. And you'll figure out which way is the best for you. So to start this tracing, I'm going to click to set my first anchor point. And then I have to guess where to put the next one. But notice this curve even looks like what we were doing when we first started learning to do the pen tool. So I have this section that's straight. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that as straight and set an anchor point here. But now I want to convert it and pull out a handle for the curve. So I'm going to click and pull out my handle for the curve. And then on this other side, I need to decide where to set my next anchor point. So because I have a curve that's going up this way, and then my curve goes the opposite direction on this side. So really, I just pick a place kind of in between these 2 points, right about here, and then I'm going to click and drag and try to make that curve. Now, I don't necessarily care if the curve is perfect or not because I'm going to come back and finesse things afterwards. So I just want to make sure the anchor point's about in the right place and that the handles are going the right direction. So when I set that anchor point, I want to lay the handles down right on the curve. So notice I'm not going this way. I'm not going this way. I'm having the handles lay down along the edge of the path that I'm tracing. And then I can decide how far should I go for the next one. Maybe I only need to go right about here and use short handles. But I'm still trying to put the handles down on the path. I'm not going too far out from the path. And then I can go about here and set another one. And then, even though this is kind of going the wrong direction, and I could use a keyboard shortcut to fix it right now, I'm not going to. I'm going to come over here and just kind of do that curve close to what I want. And when I do that, I can see that this one's too long, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to keep setting my anchor points and getting things going pretty much in the right direction. So notice if I'm going clockwise, I'm kind of dragging the handles that direction each time when I drag them. Okay, and remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. I can edit these anchor points really easily when I come back to do my next pass. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that there. I'm going to come here and do one. I'm I'm going to come maybe here, do a small handle just so I have a handle if I need one. Do one here, do one here. And that's kind of a sharp corner. Maybe I'll set an anchor point there. And then do a smooth. Okay, and then I need to be very careful to make sure I'm closing it when I get to where I think the end is. So I see the little O, so I'm going to go ahead and finish. And that's the basic first pass. Notice it's not perfect. It doesn't need to be. All I really want to do the first time is get the anchor points where I want them and get the handles in the right direction. But even if I did mess that up, I could fix that when I come back to finesse. There's nothing I can't do in the finessing process.